Hi everybody, today I'm talking with Ian from the finance team at Khuc in Ho Chi Minh City. Ian is a reporting and planning manager in our finance team. Hi Ian.
Hi Katrina.
So Ian, what is some of the changes that you've had to make this year in response to COVID-19?
So this year in my life, I divided two parts. First, the COVID and something after the COVID. I mean the COVID lockdown. And I believe that there is a few things that is very important for me to remember during the COVID lockdown. First, for our finance, before the COVID lockdown, we normally have files that we keep it in our computer and send it over to someone else by computer. Like I send my file to my assistant and ask her to update. But however, during the lockdown, we try our best to put all the file that both of us working on it on a common places like a server. So that I work from my home, my assistant work from her home, and then if she can open the file and edit everything on that, I can see it right away on my computer. So we don't have to send over file over the email, which is very heavy. And I understand that is a bad habit before the COVID lockdown, that we keep the file in our computer. But after the COVID, during the COVID lockdown, we have a very good habit to put on the file on common places. And the second thing is that the digital signature. The digital signature has been just created like a few days before our lockdown and is ready for us to use during the lockdown. And then we have a very important reporting submission during the time of lockdown, and thanks to the digital signature, all of us can stay at our home, work from home, and put a digital signature on the PDF and send it over to Oxford and then done. And the last thing that I admire the most is virtual meeting, Zoom. We normally see people around the office. We can stop at the desk to have a few talk like 5 or 10 minutes. We sometimes fly to other side like Hanoi or Iokru for our meeting. However, now everything is virtual meeting. I appreciate Zoom very much. Like I learned to use Zoom like 5 or 10 minutes, and then I try to train people around me if that is the first time to use Zoom. And much thanks to Zoom, it's quite easy to use. Now all of us can use the virtual meeting more and more. We get used to it, and actually we like it.
Oh, that's great. It sounds like the shared filing system and the digital signature, those sound like they're both things that you're probably going to keep forever, even after, you know, the COVID-19 pandemic is finished. But what about virtual meetings? Do you think you'll keep doing that forever?
The virtual meeting is very convenient. You don't have to fly, you don't have to go to the airport, you don't have to get to everywhere, which you don't have to go to very far for that. However, there's something about the virtual meeting is that you miss the thing that people gather around a table to drink some coffee and then you start talking about work. I don't know, so you still can have your cup and drink your coffee, but actually what you look at is a computer.
Yeah.
So in the future, if we can, we go to somewhere. But if there's some time that we cannot, we can still rely on the virtual meeting. I mean, we get used to something, and now we have to balance between seeing the people in real life and seeing the people through the laptop.
Yeah. So it'd be nice
balance,
to have more
we have to adapt to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really great. I mean, it is one of the sad things about doing all the meetings virtually is you miss a little bit of the social connection.
Yeah. True. All of us.
All of us do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about for Research Administrator Day 2020? How are you going to celebrate?
I missed your cake last year. We enjoyed the cake from the grant team last year and last year. And yeah, although we may not have the cake this year, we don't have the cake, we won't have the cake, right? Okay, but I still think that the grant team has do something very well in this year. Of course, I remember the time in the COVID, like all of your team have to work very hard to submit all of the urgent submission, all of the urgent application, and really appreciate for that. As a part of a group member, really feel appreciate for what you did.
Oh, thank you for that.
Of course.
It's really nice to have that feedback and to remember that we're all working together in our different teams, especially during these times. Are you planning on attending our Research Administrator Day webinar?
I will try to have some time in my calendar. I will try to find some free time in my calendar. But of course, I'm so proud to have your invitation. I will check with Trang about that.
Great, thank you. Okay, and what about, okay, now I'm going to ask you about the advice, okay? Yeah. Okay, so do you have any words of encouragement or advice for other people working in research support?
Yes, I do. Like, be patient. I just think of that on my way from my home to here, and I think that it's hard time for everyone in this world. It's hard time for you. It's hard time for us. It's hard time for everyone. Sometimes we can think of very intelligent way to cope with some difficulty, but sometimes the thing that we can do is be patient, be adaptive to the new chances, I think.
That's really wise. That's really wise. Thank you for that. Okay. Ian, it has been lovely to talk to you today and hear about your experience in 2020. I hope we get to see you at the webinar on Friday the 25th. Thank you.
Thank you, Katrina. Love to have this meeting with you too.